What's going on, YouTube? I'm back, and today I just wanted to talk to you guys about the upcoming PTR changes. Now, I have actually been asked about this so much during my streams. It's a question that I've gotten ever since it got announced, and I understand why. There's a lot of things changing, a lot of good things changing. At least on paper, I think all these things are going to make Overwatch a much better game. I think it couldn't be any more obvious, to tell you the truth. I mean, although I am not thrilled about them basically just essentially buffing armor in general, because armor is terrible to play against. It's so OP. Orisa's Fortify, Brig heals with armor. It's just really rough on a hit scan hero, kind of like Tracer or Zarya, Tracer and Soldier 76. Armor just completely the damage that you shoot or you spray with your Tracer pistols, it just completely gets almost 100% mitigated. Or it may as well get just 100% mitigated because it feels terrible and it makes it so much harder to get picks when there's armor in there. I just, philosophically, just in like a wide spectrum of things, I never liked certain mechanics in games like armor. I don't think they're good for a game. I don't think they help a game at all, to tell you the truth. So, that's just my opinion on it. And yeah, that's how I feel. But moving on, let's move into the first specific hero changes that they're doing. Now, if you guys don't know, they are nerfing Orisa, who obviously needed it a ton. She's ridiculously overpowered. Always has been ever since she came out. I always felt like this was the case. Not even trolling, by the way. I actually was kind of on the Orisa's OP bandwagon a long time ago. Now, they are increasing her armor, which right away I think is completely garbage, but they're also nerfing her shield a ton, from 900 down to 600, as you can see on the screen. 900 to 600. That is a great change, if I do say so myself. And her Fortify, the cooldown is getting decreased from 10 to 8 seconds. Now, that's kind of a big deal, because I think Fortify is one of the most overpowered abilities in the game. I don't think it's necessarily breaking, and even if it is, I feel like there's almost no way to predict it until we actually play. If you remember in Overwatch, there was a time when Soldier 76 and other heroes like him, McCree, would go on high ground and basically just dominate. And this is kind of like what I see the game becoming with this new Sigma change. I mean, they're nerfing his shield all the way down from 1500 to 900 health. That's absolutely crazy. It almost makes his shield half, and not mathematically, but think about it. Sigma pushes his shield outwards, and then at the beginning of the team fight, and then it obviously soaks up a bunch of damage, and then say there's a Soldier 76 flanking somewhere, and he's gonna throw his shield wherever it need be. By that point, think about how much weaker it's going to be by the time it gets there. A Soldier 76 might actually be able to just destroy the shield outright now, or Hanzo using Stormbow, McCree, Fan the Hammer. So I will say with 100% certainty, Hitscan, Soldier, McCree, Tracer are going to be better in this meta. 100%. I know for a fact. It's just a matter of, are they going to be good enough to actually justify not playing Doomfist, not playing Reaper, not playing Mei, even the random Symmetra picks I see sometimes. So are they going to be good enough? Only time will tell, but I really, really hope so. Now, they have adjusted some other small things. They reduced the cooldown on his kinetic grasp, as you can see here, and damage to shield gain ratio increase. So he's going to actually gain more shields from when you shoot, when he does this little suck thing. I don't even know what to call it. Kinetic grasp, that's what it's called. This is the most important thing right here. Reinhardt, this right here, his barrier, the health is getting reduced, but it's still going to be at a whopping 1600 HP. If you look at Orisa's and Sigma's barriers combined, they, I believe, don't even add up to that. I mean, no. Yeah. Reinhardt's shield has more HP than Sigma and Orisa's shields combined. I think that fact alone, just in a vacuum, makes Reinhardt a lock for the next meta. Everything will be decided around Reinhardt. He is going to be the fulcrum of the next meta. There's just no way this hero is not going to get played when his shield is literally better than two of the best shield heroes in the game currently. That's just not possible. Reinhardt 100% is going to be a good pick. 100% is going to define this meta. And obviously the this new steadfast passive thing that Ryan has, that reduces his not getting basically booped around by Lucios and such. It's huge. You know, if you play Reinhardt and you get booped around, smacked around by Hammond, you know, all that stuff, it's so annoying. You know, it's one of the things that makes Ryan feel so bad to play. You know, it feels like you're just kind of like at the mercy of every single ability in the game sometimes. This should help with his quality of life. And not only that, the movement speed penalty is reduced from 50 to 25%. That's huge. You know, one of the things that made Reinhardt, one of the things that was necessary to make Reinhardt strong is a Lucio, you know, so you can amp it up, use the speed boost, and then rush in and do a bunch of damage with Ryan, you know, follow up with a Reaper, boom, 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 all that good stuff. That's what Lucio does with his speed boost, lets Reinhardt move quickly. Now, he's getting a movement speed buff just outright, which is huge. It's gonna make him so much better. Yeah, so just to repeat, Reinhardt 100% best tank in the game. I would say not even close. You know, maybe in different compositions, but for most games, I guarantee you he's going to be the best tank in the game. Now, they are reducing Moira's healing, which is definitely a good thing. I don't think people realize just how much healing that hero does, because it's not the same as like you know, when you shoot with Ana or you heal with Mercy, you know, you kind of see the bars fill up, you know, it's kind of tangible. I see with Moira sometimes when I play Moira, I'm, you know, left clicking healing like this. Exciting. I know. And I think just how easy it is and how weak it feels, people don't realize just how much healing is being done. It's actually crazy. So Moira's healing is just getting healed outright, or getting nerfed outright, which is definitely a good thing. And I think it's much needed. You know, I hate Moira, so that's all I have to say about that. Good. That's all I have to say. Good. And Diva, they are buffing her defense matrix. They are reducing the cooldown from 2 seconds to 1.5 seconds. They have to be very careful with defense matrix because, as you know, it's been very strong in the past. Very, very strong. They have to be very careful. Diva's defense matrix in the past, you know, defined entire metas. In fact, it defined the first half of Overwatch itself. Easily the best hero in the game, possibly even the best hero of all time. Even though she's been sitting on a shelf for a long time, she's still ridiculously strong. It's just the game right now just isn't for her. And they're changing Widowmaker's grappling hook. They are increasing the cooldown of it from 10 seconds down to 12 seconds. Now, from what I understand, the developers were thinking essentially, you know, since Sigma's barrier is going to be a little weaker, they don't want to let Widowmaker just roam free and just dominate. Well, that's probably going to happen regardless. You know, that's the thing with snipers. You know, you either shut them down completely or you make them really strong. It's almost impossible in an FPS game to balance sniper heroes. You know, Overwatch and the devs, I think they do a good job balancing the snipers. It's just kind of the game. FPS games, snipers are always going to be strong. Abilities that can one-shot, always going to be good. And they are buffing Torb, decreasing the cooldown of his Overload. I believe Overload is the ability that lets you, you know, basically press E, and then he gets all yoked up, and you know, I think that's what they're buffing on him. I don't really hate it too much, but I don't really like Torb, just philosophically, but I'm not against it. Torb is not not really that good, so it's good to see him get buffed if you're a Torb player. I hope you're not a Torb player. And Genji is getting a huge buff now. Finally, he'll be able to kill something because he's getting an extra 6 shurikens in his toolbox. So watch out for Genji. He should be maybe the best DPS in the game. You know, those 6 shurikens were definitely what he was missing. And then there's just a whole bunch of bug fixes and all that good stuff. So thank you for watching. I enjoy making this video, and stay tuned because I'm going to be uploading another video very soon. Once again, thank you so much.